Hey, my name is Mark Bergering. I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and today I wanted to do a review of accessories for the GoPro Hero 12 that I actually use in commercial video production. So I'm gonna run through several different accessories here, show you some sample footage and how I use it, and if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, really helps me out. All right, let's get into the accessories. First up is the Max Lens Mod 2.0. Throw this thing on the front of your GoPro Hero 12 and it gives you the ability to have a much wider perspective. Now I really like this lens for POV shots, so skiing or some kind of action shot where you've got the camera mounted on somebody. With the GoPro Hero 12, the Max Lens Mod 2.0 allows you to record 4K 60, and that allows you to do some slow motion, which I really appreciate. So Max Lens Mod 2.0 is the first accessory that I recommend. Next up is a battery charger, or not a charger, but a multi-battery pack. So I like this one because it's really simple. It's got 3 batteries in here. You can charge it via USB-C on the bottom here, and you just throw this pack in your bag. We know that GoPros are notorious for battery life. Even the GoPro Hero 12, if you get it cold and you're outside doing stuff, recording in those higher frame rates, you're gonna go through batteries. So having extra batteries in your bag is really key. And I like having the simplicity of a little battery pack like this. Next up are some mounts. So first off, the classic chest mount. This thing is great for putting on an athlete that's doing that POV shot. The other key thing you wanna consider is getting these J-hook mounts. So it's a little different than your traditional mount. It's got this J shape and it allows you to put the camera at a different orientation when it's mounted here. So it gives you more range of motion for the angle that you want to mount it at, which is really important if you've got somebody doing something where they might be leaned forward and you don't want to get a shot of just the ground. So make sure you've got something that gives you more range of motion. Next up is the classic clip-on and magnetic mount. This thing's really simple. It's great for mounting somewhere where, whether you want to set up like a quick time lapse or clip it onto something. There's also the option to rotate this clip here, which is great, gives you more flexibility, but I like this because it's just a really basic mount, doesn't take up much room on my bag. Next up is a little bit more aggressive mount or aggressive clamp mount. This thing gives you the ability to mount in a variety of different ways. So you loosen this up, you can rotate on these balls, and this clamp is great for, say, like handlebars or any part of a bike you can clamp it to. You can clamp this, I've clamped it on a snowmobile. It clamps in a whole bunch of different use cases. You've got a really strong metal bolt here that puts some good force on it, and it holds pretty firmly. Next up, 2 different styles of selfie stick. So this one, it extends, which is great if you're wanting to get something where you're skiing next to somebody, you can hold it out, right out towards them. Or if you're doing an activity where you wanna film somebody and kind of get kind of a POV shot, but definitely like an action shot where you wanna utilize the stabilization that this thing has built in, having a selfie stick that extends is great. Additionally, having the little float selfie stick is great if you film anything underwater. Obviously, GoPros sync. Having this takes it to the top if you somehow lose track of it. Next up, I have 2 more mounts. This one is like a little selfie stick. I like it because it's really compact and lightweight, and because you can also use it as a tripod. So you can set it down somewhere if you just want to super quick grab a shot of somebody going past it, or some kind of action, or even a time lapse. You can set it up like that. And lastly, this mount is another handlebar or clamp-on mount. I've used this on a ski pole. It works really well. It's metal and quite durable, and it also allows you to rotate the mount angle, which is nice. So a simple clamp-on mount is great. And lastly, one more mount that I'm excited to try. I haven't used it quite yet, but it's another style of clamp-on mount, but it's super strong. This is a metal, fully metal clamp with a metal mount, and it clamps on really tight. And I want to experiment with mounting this on my ski. So stay tuned if you want to see. I'll maybe make a video on how this goes at a later date. Hope you enjoyed my review of the ways to mount your GoPro that I actually use. There's a ton of mounts out there. People are marketing all kinds of different products, but these are the ones that I've actually used over the years, and I hope you found this review helpful. If you haven't already, be sure and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.